You want intense sweeped arpeggios combined with high-speed tapping licks? You get it. I'm Justin Hombach, back from my practice cave, and welcome to today's video where we are going to take a deeper look into this little arpeggio neoclassical section here. Here we go. Alright, this was the arpeggio madness from the song The Fire Within from the first Eternity's End debut record. The epic technical power metal band of today, together with band leader and shred legend Christian Münzner. Go check it out if you haven't. Alright, and I know how much you love neoclassical music, how much you love sweep arpeggios, and how much you love tapping, and so I choose this little section for today's video to teach you the art of sweeped and tapped arpeggios. But before we begin, as usual, you will find the tabs for this insane lick in the description box. There's a link where you can download it, and there's also a link where you can go to the Then of Speed Picking, my speed picking online course. So if you want to boost your speed picking, your alternate picking to the next level, go check out the Then of Speed Picking. Alright, I would say let's start with the lick. First, let me play it slow, and then we're going to dive deep into this little etude. Here we go. Okay, before we begin, this guitar is in D standard because everything what we are doing in Eternity's End is one step below. So take your tuner, tune down to D standard, or try to play it on E standard, it works as well. Or get the Kemper or some multi-amp or some digital amp to tune down via digital devices. This can work as well. Okay, so first let us check out the chord progression of this section. The first chord is E minor. Going to the fifth, the dominant, which is B major. Going back to E minor. Going to F sharp diminished. Resolving into G major. Going to A minor. Going into A sharp diminished. And going into B major, which resolves back into E. So again, E minor, B major, E minor, F sharp diminished, going to G major, going to A minor, going to A sharp diminished, going to B major, going to E minor. A really cool neoclassical chord progression which leads from one chord to the next chord by beautiful dominants in between those chords, like the diminished one substituting for dominants. For example, the F sharp diminished is a substitute for D major 7, which goes to G major, and the A flat, sorry, not A flat, I always want to say A flat, A sharp diminished is a substitute for F dominant, F sharp 7, sorry, going to B major, which resolves back into E minor. So we're starting on the first E minor chord with this E minor sweep arpeggio, 6-string sweep arpeggio. Now comes the same arpeggio, just descending, but we're starting on the 19th fret, the 5th of E minor, and we are now tapping the arpeggio descending. So we're not playing it like a sweep arpeggio, so for example like this. We are tapping the same notes, but this time like this. Let me put my groove gear underneath here, because for demonstration purpose it's a little bit easier to have this one, the fret wrap on my frets. Alright, so again, first we have the A minor sweep up and then the tapping down. Sorry. Christian was, I assume, choosing this kind of idea or this mixing of two techniques because of the two different sounds. The sweeping is, for example, a little bit more fluent. The tapping is a little bit more precise. We have a little bit more control over the length of each note, even in those high-speed tempos. But the sweeping, it's really hard to control those 16 notes sweeping really precise. It's really not that easy, because we have to put a lot of pressure to our right hand to go from one string to the next string, to do the pick slant, not the pick slanding, sorry, the I'm not really sure what the name is currently. If you know the name, then write it down in the comments. But it's to land on the next string. We need to put a lot of pressure, a lot of force into our right hand to land on the next string, because sweep picking is where we should be aware of not having the tip of the pick in the air after we have plucked every string, but there we are landing on the next string. Rest stroke, this was the word that I was looking for. Rest stroke, yeah, this is what it's called. So by doing this in those higher tempos, it's really hard to control the tempo. And so you have a little bit more kind of a fluent technique here, like from the harp players, kind of the technique, bloop, a little bit more cascading. So this is again the first bar fast. So, alright, in frets we have the first position as the E minor sweep arpeggio, where we're starting on the 12th fret, on the E string going to the 15th fret, hammering on the 15th fret on the E string to the 3rd, and then we're going 14 A string, 14 D string, and 12, 12, 12 on the G, B, and E string. Don't forget to use the roll technique here. It's really important to have the control over your roll technique in your index and in your ring finger. For the tapping, as I've said, we have the same notes, but starting on the B, the 5th, and then going down 15, 12, and now we're going to the D string, where we are taking the same shape, starting on the 5th, here now on the 21st fret, and going 21, 17, 14, and then back on the E string, where we're playing 19, 15, and then you could end on the 12th fret, but this note is actually from the next bar already, and in the next bar we have a different chord, so now we are not resolving into the 12th fret, we're going into the 11th fret. Okay, now we are going to the dominant of E minor, which is B again, and therefore of course we are outlining a B major chord. This bar we are doing everything with tapping, and we're doing the same shape over 3 octaves. So we're starting here on the 11th fret of the E string, playing 11, 14, and then 19. And now we're taking the same shape and going to the D string, where we're playing 13, 16, and 21, and then again to the E string, where we're playing again 11, 14, and 19. Seeing this in intervals, we have the major 3rd from B, the 5th from B, and the root from B, the B. So the second bar goes like this. Just a little practice advice here. When I try to practice this as clean as possible, I've practiced the different situations which are pretty difficult for us guitar players, for example the hammer-ons from nowhere. So I just practice like this, going to the D string. So our index finger has the enough amount of strength to get the tone down. And then going from the D to the E string. Sorry. Like this. Always with the metronome, of course, with the click. And so on. And then I've practiced this one as well in the 4th grouping, because we are playing 60 notes, but we are playing 3 on every string. So something seems a little bit off here. Our 1 from each 60 note grouping, from each 4 note grouping is first here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So practice those 4 note groupings as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. To get them tight and really precise, and not to get too much into playing some sort of triplet notes here. Alright, after that we are playing again the E minor bar. It's the same thing that we are playing here, the same sweep arpeggio and then tapping. And now we are going to the F sharp diminished. And there of course we are outlining an F sharp diminished. It goes like this. Alright, we have this symmetrical diminished shape here, starting on the F sharp, 9th fret on the D string, sorry, on the A string, going to 12, the minor third, and then we're tapping the next minor third on the 15th fret. Now we're taking the same shape, but doing everything 1 fret below and 2 strings above. So 8, 11, 14. Now we're playing these notes on the G string descending again, and then we're starting ascending again with the next grouping of 8 notes. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're starting off with the hammer on from the index to the pinky, from the 8th fret to the 11th fret. Then we're doing some sort of 2-finger tapping, playing first with our middle finger because we're holding the pick on between the index and the thumb still on the 14th fret, and then the ring fingers on the 17th fret. Sorry? Or just only with the beginning, with the first note of the grouping. And then we're taking the same finger shape an octave higher, which goes to the 11th fret, 14th fret and 17th fret. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And here I'm practiced this one the same way like I've practiced the B major triad, with practicing first the hammer on from nowhere, and then the 4 note groupings. Sorry, or the 8 note groupings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And then continue. Alright, after that we're going to the G major chord, and here we are first playing this G major sweep arpeggio. It's a 5-string sweep arpeggio shape. We're starting off with a pull-off between the 15th fret and the 10th fret on the E string. Then we're playing 3rd, root, 5th, on 12th fret on the G, B and D string. Oh sorry, B, G and D string. And here again, don't forget to roll your finger. So everything is nice and clean. And another tip here, try to mute your index finger, try to lift your index finger as soon as possible. So you're muting the E string, because otherwise something can happen which happened to me in a few seconds ago. And this is something like this. That this note can ring too. We don't want that, because we have to hit with our flat finger here to get into the roll technique, but therefore it's really important to lift your finger as soon as possible, so we have something like, and the E string is muted. Then on the D string, then on the A string we are doing a pull off, and again a hammer on the turning point from the sweep on the 14th and the 10th fret. Sorry. And then we are tapping the 3rd on the 19th fret. I'm playing the arpeggio descending. So again. Now comes the next idea, which is a pretty cool idea and really typical in the style of Christian Münzner, who wrote this complete section. And we are now over the A minor, and the section goes like this. here we have a pretty cool descending tapping idea in thirds, but we are still in 60 notes, so the accent is shifting every groups of 3. And we are first starting off hammering from nowhere with our pinky the 17th fret on the E string, the A. Then we're going to the 3rd, pulling it down, pulling to the 5th, and then we are tapping the last note that we have been before, in this case the root, but we are playing it not again with our pinky, we are tapping it now, so again. And now we continue descending the minor arpeggio in thirds, so 1, 2, 3, going now to the minor third. And now we have to tap the next note, which comes actually above the minor third, the last note that we have played, the 5th, but we are again tapping it. And we cannot tap here, so we have to go with the strings. So now we have to tap it here on the 17th fret of the B string. Then we're going to the root with our ring finger. We're outlining this shape, the A shape. And yeah, as I've said, we're going then to the root and then tapping again the minor third. And then we have to go to the 5th again. And herefore we cannot really jump with the ring finger because we don't have the time. So I go with the middle finger. Sorry. Which is really unusual and weird in the beginning, but the more you are practicing it, the more you get used to it. Okay, now we can use the ring finger again to play the minor third and to land for the last note on the 5th again, but this time tapped with our middle finger again on the 19th fret. So again we have okay, again and again. This one made a lot of fun to play. I have made a similar etude a few years ago here on this YouTube channel where I combined sweeped arpeggios with this kind of tapping idea. A lot of fun, really worth to check out if you want to expand your tapped arpeggios. Okay, then we are going more and more to the finish line, and now we are outlining another diminished chord, this time the A sharp diminished chord, again starting on the A sharp. It's now the same shape like on the F sharp, but not with this 8-note grouping. We're just playing it ascending and descending. So okay, and here we're starting on the 13th fret on the A string, 13, 16, 19, going to the G string, same finger shape, but everything 2 strings above, 1 fret below. So we have 12, 15 and 16. Sorry, 12, 15 and 18. And the same thing on the E string. And then going descending. What I do when I play it fast, I sometimes use my ring finger. For the E string it's a little bit easier and I don't have to move my hands so much and don't have to create this kind of noise. It's a little bit harder for the precision, but you get used to it and it makes a lot of fun. It looks really cool, yeah! Alright. After that we are playing another B major sweep arpeggio. This inversion here we are starting with a C shape with our pinky on the 14th fret and then sweeping straight down, no hammer on, no pull off in between, straight down. 14, 12, 13, 11, 12, 11, 14, 19. And then we're playing the same thing descending, but I do everything with hammer-ons from nowhere here to be able to pull the switch, going from bridge pickup to neck pickup, the other way around, going from neck pickup to bridge pickup to be ready to play sound. Some riffs here. All the same notes like from the ascending sweep, just with hammer-ons from nowhere, which means no right hand at all. Which is also a really good way to train your left hand for those sweep arpeggios. Alright. So much for this section. I hope you had a lot of fun with it. If you liked this video, please feel free to share it, to leave a comment, and of course to subscribe to the channel to never miss a free lesson or a cover video or a playthrough video or whatnot as well. Alright, cheers, stay progress, and see you in my next video.